This is Nix from Triple E, and I'm going to take you through an exercise that you can use at any time when you need to feel you just need to wake up a little bit better, or even before you go for a run. This is perfect to warm up your diaphragm, or maybe if you jump into one of my classes and you're not sure what to do. So this tutorial actually it's training exercise. It's not only a tutorial, but this is for to prepare you, because a lot of you guys would life is a little bit hectic and you jump into my classes a little bit late, which is perfectly fine. It's absolutely no problem. I just want to make sure that I prepare you well enough so that you know what you need to do when you arrive late in one of my classes, because actually doing a hyperpressive without warming up the diaphragm can tighten the diaphragm, and we're trying to avoid to do that. We're trying to keep that diaphragm nice and firm, but also with flexibility. As soon as the diaphragm goes hypertonic, you can do absolutely nothing with it, and I'd have to send you to a physio, okay? And it can be quite painful. So when we actually do a warm-up, what we do is a couple of breaths, deep breaths. So the focus is actually on your chest. Let's say, for instance, you arrive at one of my classes and you log in late. Now, most of my classes, unless they are private classes, most of my classes, you can just come right in and just, tag along, which is perfectly fine. I just want to make sure that I've done a good job in preparing you so that you know exactly what to do. So all that you're going to do, let's say for instance, I've moved on from Venus to Atenea. I'm now in Artemisa, and we've already moved on. So we've done already the warm-up in both Venus and Atenea. So when we are actually in Artemisa, what you would be doing is just the deep breaths. Instead of doing the vacuum, you just keep breathing very deep and focus on expanding your ribcage. That's where the focus is, okay? So I would say do about 6 to 8 breaths of breathing in very deep, and that will be more than enough for you to then start some light little vacuums, okay? So I'm going to give you, for you guys that wants to do just a couple of breathing exercises to either wake up in the morning, if you want to incorporate that into a wake-up routine that you already have, or maybe you want to use this little routine before you go for a run. It would be perfect, okay? So what I normally do is I incorporate a couple of movements with it, because the diaphragm is connected. Everything is connected in our body, right? So again, as always, stand with your feet hip-width apart and make sure they are parallel, since everything's connected. Bend your knees a little bit. And then make sure you have good posture. This is imperative, the good posture part. Because if we start like this, we're just going to keep going like this and we're not going to be able to breathe. Alright, so have your hands on your ribcage and breathe in nice and deep and feel how they separate and expand. So you can have your fingertips touching and try and separate them when you're breathing in. And drop your jaw. Separate your lips. Try not pout them. Breathe in again. Hold it. Feel the pressure, feel how they release, and breathe out. One more time, breathe in. Huge, huge breath. Drop your jaw. Now I want you to grab onto your ribs. That's already 3 breaths just there. Okay, grab onto your ribs. We're going to breathe in very deep, we're going to release. Just feel what's happening. Feel how you're expanding when you're breathing in, okay? Those sexy ribs as they're expanding. And as you breathe out, squeeze with your hands. And breathe in. Feel the hair expand and drop drop your jaw and squeeze. Really squeeze, 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 squeeze. And breathe in. And drop your jaw and squeeze. That's already 6 breaths. Now we're going to do the opposite. We're going to squeeze while we breathe in, opposing the breath. So we're going to have to make our ribs work harder. The muscles in between the ribs are going to work harder to push our hands away, but our hands are forcing. So it's kind of like a little bit of a meditation there too, right? Okay, breathe in and press. Drop your jaw and release. Breathe in and press. Drop your jaw and release. Very slow, very slow. We don't want to get dizzy. If you get dizzy, breathe out slower. Breathe in and press. And drop your jaw and breathe out. That's 9 breaths right there. Now you can start with the vacuum. So that's basically your warm-up done. You can either go for a run right now, but I would say let's just do a couple more. So all you need to do now, and you can actually leave your hands there to feel what's happening. It's a good thing to know how far we are expanding. Just do a couple of vacuums. All right, breathe in. Drop your jaw, feel how the ribs are closing on their own. We're not pressing the air out. Bend your knees and vacuum and help your vacuum. With these vacuums, before I go for a run, what I like to do is I kind of try and feel where I have any opposing pressure. Like maybe the day before, like yesterday, I did my abs, so I can feel there's a lot of oblique tightness. Then I kind of release them as well. Let's go for another one. Breathe in. Drop your jaw. And go for a vacuum. Lots of oxygen. Go for another one. Breathe in. Drop your jaw. And vacuum. You're good to go. Go for a run or start your day, whatever you're doing. This is, for me, one of the simplest, easiest ways to do a warm-up. If you don't want to get into my class, you'd like to do the warm-up first and then just jump straight into what I'm doing, then do this warm-up. Do this warm-up and then jump straight into my online class. And I hope you felt that this was informative and that it helps you. If vacuums is not the thing for you and you're just trying to get something because you want to breathe better, this is perfect. Incorporate it into your running program before you go running. I'd love to hear back from you. Hit the little icon where that is where you subscribe, and the other one is where you have more information. Have a good day. Bye.